Alright, hello guys, and welcome to the Boulevard Mall here in Amherst, New York, which is about 20 minutes south of Buffalo, New York. Now, quick fact about this mall opened up in 1962. It was the Buffalo area's first enclosed shopping mall at the time. It was developed by Forest City Enterprise, which owned the mall for quite some time, as you'll learn later on in the video. But this mall, when it first opened, had two original anchors. They were both local, Buffalo-based Sattlers and nearby Lockport-based Jen's department store, as well as 30 additional stores. And then in 1970, 8 years in, it got its third anchor space when J.C. Penney built what was at the time a three-story anchor, which the third floor is now. This office is not used as it anymore. But in any event, not much changed throughout the 1970s, just some inline tenancy, I'm sure, came and went. But the next big change came in 1981 when Sattlers was bought out by a Rochester-based chain, which is downstate. That chain was called Sibley's, converting the Sattlers to Sibley's, well, just like all the other local things. And then in 1990, Sattlers became Kaufman's, as the May Company bought out the Sattlers brand and converted all the stores, including this one, to the Kaufman's department store chain. So, that happened, and then 4 years later, a big change happened to the mall. By the way, guys, you're showing the empty Victoria's Secret, as pretty much the mall is starting to fall apart. But in any event, so in 1994, they added the major overhaul with 3 new restaurants came in: Bonefish Grill, Fridays, and a local chain called Honey's, as well as a 9-bay food court came in on the east side of the mall, where you guys will see in the video the Dick's Sporting Goods is now, but it ain't there anymore. And they also had a really cool carousel, from what I understand, as well. So, that happened, back then. And by the way, this mall at the time was the second busiest mall Buffalo area, only behind Walden Galleria, which was the Cheektowaga, which is the big mega mall we have in the area in Cheektowaga, New York. Then in 1987, the mall added some physical changes. No new stores, but they added stuff like modern skylights, marble floor, columns, and other features aimed at modernizing it when it went into the new millennium. As well as then a year later, Jen's department store, the other original anchor, closed at 100 years in business, and that chain, then Kaufman built their men's store in there. The second floor remained vacant. Then 2 years later, in the year 2000, it's hard to believe, but the last major anchor space came, really, and that was Sears. That's right, Sears didn't come in this mall till 2000. They built their fifth store in the Buffalo area, here in the Boulevard Mall. It was the biggest, and they also built some stores that were only have outside entrances, like Bye Bye Baby and a couple other ones. But that was the time was a big deal for the mall. This was really when the mall was at its peak. By the way, guys, I showed that FYE in the video. That FYE, as of the week I recorded this, is now abandoned. So so that happened in the year 2000. By the way, the Sears had become a gaze, and we were there. There's no work going on. There is work going on now. In any event, so the mall continued on through the early 2000s, and in 2006, like the other area malls around us, May Company got bought by what was at the time Federated, then became Macy Co. And so the Kaufman's and the men's store both became Macy's men's and Macy's regular, which that Macy's still open to the day. So that happened in 2006. By the time the mall was still doing quite well. Well, unfortunately, the mall's really downturn started to happen really in 2013-ish, 2014. Abercrombie and Finch closed, and then in 2014 they tore down the food court due to a decline in sales, and Dick's Sporting Goods went in there, like I said earlier. And they just moved some of the things like Subway to the outside of the mall. Then the mid-2010s came, and like a bunch of other things, the retail apocalypse hit. Stores like Gap, Hollister, Aeropostale, and Radio Shack all closed during this time. And then in December 2016, the Sears, the last anchor, was the first major one to go. It was announced it was closing when they closed 68 stores in the area, including this one, as well as Auto Center down the road. Also closed during this time as well. So that closed in March 2017. Not much changed until later 2017 when the Macy's men's closed unexpectedly. and then they just moved the consolidated the men's stuff into their main store to still open. By the way, guys, you had to see the Dick's right there, which was closed at the time for the day, but it is still open and doing quite well. But in any event, so yeah, that happened in 2017. Then 18 and 19 passed by, and just, more things left, and came and went, typical retail apocalypse. And then obviously COVID hit, and that really sent them all down the tubes. After lockdown happened, you had stores like Banana Republic, Shoe Depot, Kids Foot Locker, Christopher and Banks, Victoria's Secret, the Buffalo store, all leave during this time. And now, as we record this, as I said, FYE was still there at the time, and now FYE is gone as well. So, that's very sad. I don't know what the future holds for this mall. All I know is that they're going to turn it into a lifestyle center for a city in 2017 that the original owner finally sold to Douglas Corporation out of receivership, and Douglas Corporation is owned to this day. But anyway, I'm done talking. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this video with peaceful, relaxing music. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for my next video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. what'd you do then?
I was 5 and knocked out. It's like the store right to the